My name is Pius Choma Obi. It's my full name, and I'm from Delta State. Married to one wife and a daughter. I'm based in Lagos. I'm a Christian.
I have the questions, but I need answers.
Mr. Emeka, have you ever written an exam before?
Of course I have.
Then you should know that this is your exam, and I'm not ready to write it for you.
You are welcome to Beyond Entertainment Show with PVO. That's the stories behind the movies.
This is Beyond Entertainment. And this is Beyond Entertainment.
Choma means good God, and we are three men so far I've seen on earth that are answering the name Choma. So we are special. That's why it's given to us. I study political science. I'm into business, contractor, project management. I also do logistics. Anything that you want me to do as far as you put something on the table for the family, I do that. It's legit. I was back then in 100 level. I was just 3 or 4 months old into the fellowship, 9 phase in particular. And they handed over to me, drama coordinator of the fellowship. I don't know anything about drama, but the lady that handed over to me said, don't worry, God will help you. And that's how we started. Along the line, I came across Daddy Asike. They came to the campus to do a movie, and before they came, I was also appointed as the assistant coordinator for the Christian Union on my campus. And that was how Daddy Asike and Mama Asike get to meet me. And while we were busy discussing, he asked me if I've been to Mount Zion Institute. I said, no, sir, I don't even know. I said, okay, you need to go there. So we started from 100, 200 level, still on campus in the drama. We do come to Power Night. I think the first one that was done at the stadium, we were there. Before we moved to Jogo Center, we were there all through. Then finally, before I round up my degree, I went to Mount Zion Institute. Then I already knew that this is the area of my assignment. I do sing them before, once in a while, in the choir, but I get to know that no, I'm not needed in the choir. Let me use my voice at the drama department. So that's how we started. One of the major movies I can remember I started with on campus, apart from the stage drama we do on campus, is Altar of Sacrifice by Latem. That was one of the major movies I started with, and we've been in games, Abattoir, like we saw now, 30 Pieces, Mauru, Igbere, and some other I can remember now. Some behind the scene, not on the script, but those are the few ones I can remember right now. Yes, managing movies started with Latem. One of those days while we were on location, that Ezekiel just said, Pius, prepare, you'll be handling this location as the PM. I was shocked. I said, no, he said, you will start this from a day that you do start the work. So that was how we started, and he put me through, to the glory of God, I did it. And that was the first time coming up as a PM. And I have this flair for making things go well, arranging things, making sure that everything is in order, we're not having any lapses, just making sure that everything goes well. So that was why I knew that, okay, apart from being on set, I can still handle the PM of the location. And God has been faithful. He has been helping me since. So I went online Oh, before them, I also went to Sedu, Polishikpofo, and there I studied more on PM, and it broadened my knowledge also. I went online, checked for some books, how to manage the responsibility of that of the PM, the director, and what, and God has been helping me since then. Truly, it's not easy, sometimes being on set and also being the PM, but I just have to have this on my mind that this thing must not flop, even as a cast on set. So I have a book where I jot, okay, what and what needs to be done. Once there's any short break on set, I make sure I attend to those things, and with the help of my assistant too, at any location. God has been faithful. Abattoir is loaded. Nobody saw it coming this way, Seeing the life of Martins from season 1, it's a boy that has been living in fear, as a Christian, but there's this fear. It had been what he saw from the father, personality and all that. And it's an eye-opener because, one, it makes you understand your relationship with God, one. Two, your relationship with your parents, your family as a Christian. You are not a Christian for yourself. It must reflect in your home, your surrounding, and that was what we saw. What we are seeing in the life of Martins, it needs to be broken, keep rededicating his life, because at the time, he fell at the wayside, his faith and all that, but God helped him to be who he is today, and he was ready. He was ready to start afresh with God at every point in time, not just thinking that it is over, let me just stay here, I can't kill myself or what. No, but it's a movie that we want to see what's next, what is next. Some of those series of movies, I remember one of those, permit me to say, 24. No, Hollywood movie that we used to watch then, of season 24. Jack Bauer, everybody wants to see the next, and that's something. This is not just one of those action movies, but it's something that every scene you get inspired, you get directed to God, you want to study more, you want to rededicate your life to God. At every scene you try to evaluate yourself. Am I still in faith? Because when you look at the life of Martins, and even Baba Gbero is someone that every believer should have in his or her life. It's someone that every believer should have. You need a mentor, someone that can watch you and scold you when you're doing wrong, to tell you the truth in your face. Son or daughter, what you are doing is wrong. So Abattoir is a movie that you don't want it to stop. Even though we are looking for, okay, where is it going to end? Like we all thought, it is over, but here we are. When I got the scripts to be in Abattoir, I was like, what am I coming to act in Abattoir? I thought they finished. But I went through the script, I started. At every point in time, as I was reading the script, I had to pause. My wife will be hearing me making that, say what? I said, man, what I'm seeing in this script, it's not ordinary. I don't know how Damilola, as if he's just sitting with God in the throne at every scene, I went through the script, I began to say, this role, I begin to ask myself, is this person not prognosing? Is he not finding what he's not supposed to be looking for? And with the help of God, I was able to fit into the character, because those are one of the things I do when I receive script like that. After reading, to know, okay, this is the character, this is the role you're going to play, I ask the Holy Spirit to help me to fit into that character. Let it be Him helping me, not me showing my skill or talent. And we did it through the help of God.
Please get out of my house. Calm down. I'm just here to ask you a few questions. Get out of my house before I call the police. I just want to ask you a few questions. I said get... Sir. I said get out of my house now. Your life is in danger. And your family's life is in danger too. From who again? What do you know about the secrets here? I don't know what you are talking about.
At first, it looked interesting trying to find out what is going on in the underworld, the secrets here. It looked interesting, but as it was going, I was not telling myself, this person is going too far. You just need to stop. I wish you could just stop in finding out information that is not meant for him. You know, a lot. One, looking at it, my wife asked me not to get involved. I still went ahead, all because I want to make a name. I want to make a name. I needed to have a story to tell, to have the name. And looking at it, one, you know, hearing the world investigative journalists, you know, what they do. Now you want to act that role, to see what they do, those CNN guys, what they do. Here we are, doing it. It looks so tough and scary because, especially when CHUKS was told that you needed to be part of them, I was like, so this person have to be in their midst again. So I went and find out that I shouldn't have gotten myself involved. Rather, CHUKS wouldn't have gotten himself involved, and there was no way to pull out.
Please. When you visit the house of dead, what do you expect say you go see? Answer me!
It's just a story. I just need a story, please.
So you can't risk your life like this because of one story?
Please, I have family at home, please.
In terms of marriage, you know, one thing I learned is it's good for us to obey our wives as men. You know, sometimes we feel we know it too much, we are smart and all that. It's good when couples listen to one another's advice, you know. She said, don't get yourself involved, you know, and we let our years be years, because CHUKS promised the wife that I promise I won't get myself involved. But still, he went ahead, and that cost his life. So I looked at it that we need to listen to one another's couples, advising ourselves, don't do this or do that.
I can take you to where Martin is.
You know where Martins is?
Yes. But in exchange for one thing.
What?
That you set me free and let me go home to my family. I promise to take you to where he is.
You are not the first person to make a fool of me. But you'll be the last.
Please. Please don't kill me. Please. I'll take you to where he is, please. Please. Please.
That was when I was talking to Martins, and I asked him, I will protect you. And he responded back. He just laughed at me. And I was wondering, see the person I'm trying to help. And he said, hey, no, that doesn't need to. And when he asked me that question, have you been to the third dimension? I was wondering, I said, this is the person that is a target and I'm here to save him. And he's not asking me if I've been to the third dimension. So I would say that particular point, I almost laughed out when he asked me that question. I think I mentioned it earlier on, Bamiloye. It's someone that we all need in our life. As believers, you need someone, a spiritual head over your life. Don't walk alone. Don't say you know it all, you've given your life to Christ, 19 Jesus Christ or whatever. You need someone like Bamiloye in your life. As children, be submissive to your parents. If it's not your parent, get someone, one spiritual father in the church or wherever that can mentor you, that can work on you. Because Benro had a father that was there for him, but he got to a point where his pride did not allow him to see how important the dad is in his life. That was one character I'm looking at. And the other character too is Gbade. Gbade pulled, every action of Gbade is so real. It's so real, you know, telling you, when you see it, you could say, yes, this is what is happening out there. This is how they live their life. This is how they sacrifice their family just for power, politicians and all that. You could see at every, you know, I love his character so much. And even the scene where he was having a dream, when they said they should not eat, they should fast, you know, and he was on the dining table eating all those food. Then one of his colleagues just called him and disconnected him from the dream. He was so angry, as I can imagine. Somebody that's not eating while awake for days, and he saw food in his dream, eating it, and somebody should just cut it off. It was a funny part, but still, he played the role very well.
And I go talk him again. Take down, don't take me down. I be Rambo, immortal. Take down, all of you. Nothing put me down for this one. Nothing, Rambo. Nothing.
I was shocked when I saw that Rambo was coming back. I have to ask the producer and director. I said, sir, Rambo was shot. No. I said, he can't come back. But he made us understand that Rambo came back, and we saw Rambo. Even on set, while we were shooting and it got to the point that Rambo came and Rambo was now dressed to come and take his role, you could still see it on the cast face that, this guy is not supposed to be here. You know, coming back to take away the shine from Commando. But it is, as given to the director, Rambo has to be there for the script to be fulfilled. When I look at the fiance of Gbero, she's in a relationship with Gbero, but she wasn't too sensitive spiritually. You know, because if she was sensitive spiritually and closer to God, such wouldn't have happened to her, even though she would have been able to know what is happening in her home about the father. But she was carried away with love and the way Gbero showered her with, you know, gift. If you find that the Gbero fine was taking her out and everything, and also shutting her off most times when she wants to say something positive, that we direct them to looking at the side of God. But she wasn't sensitive. It's so painful that she has to be sacrificed for it. But if she was sensitive spiritually, she would know that something is wrong somewhere. Even in the courtship, you know, the way both of them were living together, and also she'll be able to sense that the father is up to something. We can't tell. So we thought in season 2. But we enter season 3. Season 4 we are. And by his grace, 5 is coming. We don't know. Might still extend as God gives it out to our director. We won't complain that no, it must end here. God is in and out of the script, so there's a message he wants to pass across, so we have to keep following him.
You dey mad?
Who do you think you are?
I don't send your papa. Go now, I must take this picture.
Do you know who I am? Huh? Do you know who I am?
I don't sabi your papa and I don't send her. Go now!
The Baba is blessed, you know. When you read any of his scripts, you ask yourself, there are people that are the right script. There are people that write script, you know, and I really appreciate him. You know, he's someone that takes time to write a script, and at the same time get his cast. Getting his cast to some that takes time. It's good. He's friendly on set. In fact, you won't even know that he's the director. If they don't tell that he's the director, that's one thing about him. And also the crew. We're spiritual. We are sensitive to the environment and what we are doing, while being professional in our work. But at the same time, we crack joke and laugh in order for the atmosphere to be lively for people. So it's nice working with him and looking forward to doing more with him too for God. Just like this, they say, they don't see us serious, but drama is already taking its place back into the university, higher institution. So with time, the movie will be going places. Maybe in the next 5 years, we might have our own, when you go to, instead of going to the cinema to watch all the secular movie, there might be a cinema where it's just for Christian movies people go to watch in due time. Not just for, say, Netflix or whatever. Just you're going to the mall, so you want to go and watch a movie at the cinema. You just have a Christian cinema hall where you watch Christian films. Just like those days when we were growing up, the cinema we watch Indian movies. You know, they're specialized in Indian films, Chinese film. The time will come, people will not be flowing that into the general cinema, but they'll be looking forward to, let's go and watch something different. I met Christ 2003 in Uniben at Redeemed Church in GRA, Benin City. That was where I met Christ, and it was so, actually I say, it was a conviction, because the conviction was so strong that day in church. When I came, I didn't even know when I got to the altar, and I was in tears, catarrh all over my nose, and I was crying, because I know my lifestyle, the way I was living and all that. And when I got back home, a few days after I gave my life to Christ, nobody prayed, apart from just the normal prayer at the altar and all that. Like, they just advised me to be studying the word and all that. I was going to church. So 2 days later on, I was at home when the family friend I was staying with them then, the wife just ran out from the room and, Pius, where are you? The son was converting and all that. So she brought the child. As she brought the child before me, the next thing that just came out from my mouth, I stood up from the chair and I just raised up my hand and began to speak in tongue over the child. And when I finished, I just told her the child is okay. She says, are you sure? I say, yes. But she wants to go to the hospital. I said, well, if you want to go to the hospital, you can go, but the child is okay. So I opened the gate for her. She drove out and I locked the gate. As I was walking back into the room, into the house, I just heard that still voice. He just spoke in tongues. I never knew it. I didn't go to any pastor, anybody. That was how baptism of the Holy Spirit descended on me that day. And I have been open to God, to learn from God, to grow. I won't say it has all been smooth. The time we fall back, but just like we saw in the life of Martins also, I needed to rededicate my life. I need to tell myself the truth that no, people should see you for who they are. One of the things that struck me most in my relationship with God was one statement my younger brother made. He might have forgotten it, but it was a statement he made that it was something. When people say something, I kept it. He said, when you are in Lagos, you will carry the Bible. But when you get to Warri, you will not be carrying magazine. He said it jokingly, but I sat down. I think that means there's a true life I'm living. Then I needed to evaluate myself, and I told God, please help me. I don't want it to be this. And God really came through, because I was once the black sheep of the family, but today, to God be the glory. Several things they needed to do, they will seek my consent. Not that I'm the first child or whatever, but just the grace of God. And how I met my wife. Yes, I met my wife 2017. After several heartbreaks, men of God still have a heartbreak and all that. So I met her through a friend. I was not even serious when I said, oh, I don't want any lady around me. I beg, let me just stay on my way. You know, I was planning to travel to Dubai and all that. And I got to meet my wife. My plan was just, let me just, tired of Nigeria, whatever, and let me just go to Dubai. I'll be serving God in fellowship there and all that, and see one fine sister, and I'll marry the sister and all that. But God saw my heart and said, that's not my plan for you. And that was how, before I was thinking of going, He brought her my way. But me, I was not serious because I was just coming out from one heartbreak. I was just like, no. But was just high like that. I went to Dubai and things didn't go as God will have it. I came back and I began to notice that there's this wanting to speak and talk with this person, and then I know when something is right, how God speaks to me. I just know that this is the one. And while praying over the relationship, I also had a conviction where God was telling me some certain things, which I also told her. I said, this is what God is saying, you know, but you go pray about it. And no, I didn't tell her initially. I kept it. We're just keeping the friendship. When I came back to Nigeria, the next day, I just said I'm traveling down to see her. They said, to where? I said, to Benin. I went, I saw her. The next day, I lodged in an hotel, went to their house, greeted her and her mom and everything. But the mom, this one is not just friend. This one, because in fact, I was the first man my wife took to the house that came as a guy to see her parents and all that. So they already knew that this will not be ordinary friend and all that. So we continued the friendship till she moved down to Lagos, searching for a job and all that. Me, I've been in Lagos. Then I knew deep down that she's the one. So that fateful day, I proposed to her at her friend's and elder sister's wedding. Before I went, I went to buy the engagement ring, and I went to the altar after Sunday service. I didn't even discuss with anybody. I don't want anybody to put mouth in. It's me and God, and I know what God is saying. So I just prayed that day after the service before God. Say, God, please, this is the first time I'm going to do this thing. Please let your hand be in this. And I went for the wedding, and when I finally proposed to her, because then I told her, Mommy sent me to her. She was expecting money and all that. So, okay, I will give you when I'm going. So she saw me off to the car park, and I just brought it out for her. She was shocked. And she ran back, and she came forward and said, why today? Why did you choose to do it here? I said, I want it to be a memorable one. And I was being plain before her. I told her everything. You know me in and out. You know what I do. You know the little that comes in, but I see a better tomorrow with us and everything. I didn't say the Lord said, because I've heard story of how people say God said. No, I told her that I see a bright future with me and her, that she is ready to go with me. And she said, yes, of course. And here we are today. It has been sweet. Like we did our anniversary in August, and I was telling them in church that there's never a dull moment or a day that I would say, I wish I had not married this woman. No, it has been from one glory to the other, though temptations and issues, but God has been so faithful, the way we understand one another. So she's my best half. Like I do call her, everybody knows, those that know us very well. Since the day I met her, I gave her that name, Happiness, because there's this joy I have inside of me after I met her. Peace. And my friends could testify. They say, things are just going, you know. And well, after proposing to her, and when I came back home and I told them, they said, guy, you get mind, and all those things. I said, yes, God is saying this is the time. And when I told my parents, they approve of it. And it's good for us. I want to say this, it's good for us to listen to our parents, in terms of we heading up to getting married. Your friends around you, God sometimes speak through them to you. In case you are not seeing, God sometimes use them to speak, but we have to be sensitive to when God is speaking. I remember my ex that I was with, my friends were just telling me that you're just playing games, that there's nothing there and all that, but I felt that there's something. The first day I introduced my ex to my mom, she has not seen her before. She just saw her for the first time. My mom welcomed and greeted her well. After then, few minutes later, my mom just called me and said, she's not seen anywhere here. I said, Mom, no, she's a good girl. She's this, and I said, I just tried to polish her. Mom, I've told you my own. And that was all she said. And along the line, things didn't work out. But when I took my wife, and devil can be funny. The day I came back to Nigeria, I was going to see my wife. While I was waiting at the bus stop to board the car to Benin, I fell into the gutter. Normally, there's a sign to say, this road you are going is not correct too. But I know what God has told me. We went there. The day I went to visit her, then the day I was taking her to see my parents, we got attacked by armed robber from Benin to Warri. After the whole thing, I just said, devil, you fail woefully. Because me, I know what God has in stock for us in the future. Devil is just trying to see how it will not make it come to pass. And the moment we just got into the house, when I told my mom what happened, she was thanking God. And then when she saw my wife, she just said, this is your wife. She now narrated the incident that happened with the ex to my wife then and told her. To confirm it, I went to see my brother-in-law. When my brother-in-law mother saw her, the same thing she said. Me, I've already gotten my own confirmation from God. I already know that she is the one. But I'm just trying to say where God speaks through people around us. And even my friend's mom in Lagos said the same thing when I was with my ex, that she don't see any road there. But based on, sometimes we feel everybody will change and stuff like that. But at the end, she just said, Pius, this is your wife. It is the right one that God has connected you to. And since then, I've been enjoying my marriage. It pays to serve God and it pays to be open to God, and at the same time too, allow spiritual head to watch over you. When I was going to see my former pastor about my ex and telling him, the man would just tell me, Pius, keep praying. Go and pray. He won't tell me leave her or not, go and pray. But at the end of the day, when he saw the whole thing, I said, what did I tell you? See, this is your wife. Can't you see the way two of you are always happy? And she's a joy to me. She's my happiness. If I'm sad outside, I'll just put a call to her. Happiness has come. There's never a time I feel bad that I'm going home. I'm always happy to go home. I'm always happy. So that's my wife. Happiness by the name. I'm married to a Yoruba woman. Her name is Abimbola. But I call her my happiness. Keep watching Beyond Entertainment Show with PVO. If you've not subscribed, subscribe now, please. God bless you.
Modern entertainment, beyond the applause of men, we seek for something valuable, and that is the soul of man, yeah. And that is the soul of man. Men and women, so down for God. And this is beyond entertainment. And this is beyond entertainment. Beyond entertainment.
Keep watching Beyond Entertainment Show with PVO. For how long should I allow Da Costa's wife to live? At your word, Mohuru Mojamosa.
And you know, this is a high-profile assassination. You should have fired the shot yourself.
When we got to the car, we could not find him. You never told me you were not a virgin.
What do you mean? Didn't I mention to you that I was raped when I was in primary school?
The fact still remains that I did not meet you as a virgin.
We met Kuwait dead, with a bullet wound on his head.
Àwọn ọ̀tá tó fẹ́ jí wa lọ́nà ńkọ́ o. Ògiri àlàpà kó máa wọ́ọ̀lù wọ́n pa ògiri àlàpà. I declare you as wife and husband.
Are you ready?
Yes, boss.